Candace was like, my God. A bystander effect? Push that dress in. It's getting me tight, y'all. You know what, Auntie? I appreciate this. Jacqueline's coming. Candace, don't you feel bad? How is Mia in this? Look at this body. Producers done told Andy to talk about colorism. Look at Mia's face. This happened this season? Why are your legs a whole different color than your face? I appreciate this conversation. These tears is what's gonna get us ratings. That scene is still so disgusting to me. Yes, Robin, why are you playing dumb right now? I see Andy. Come on, Candace, have your friends back. So you and I were not friends. So I could say mean things to you. Yes to the receipt. 100% colorism exists. What up, Potomac fam, and welcome back to another episode of From Rizzo with Love with me, your girl Donna Rizzo, and her newly highlighted blonde hair. Yo, my friend said that this looks like I went blonde, but y'all know when my hair is curly, it's just gonna look regular like it always does. My roots just haven't been done for so long, but y'all not used to it. But look, Potomac fam, we are about to enter part 2 of season 7 reunion. I know I said in my part 1, if you haven't seen it, go back and check that out. I know I said in my part 1 that it wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. But after I was starting to edit it, I said, wait a minute. We got a lot with Mia. We got Candace and Giselle drama. We didn't get from Karen. We got a little bit of the Wendy drama. And Ashley was in the full hot seat. So as much as I said like it didn't give me what it's supposed to give, I think it gave actually a lot. Really just between the Ashley and the Mia. So I'm ready to dive into the rest of the ladies because I heard some chatter about drama that's going to happen between Candace and Giselle. And I need our girl Karen to speak up. I don't know why Karen's being so silent. I know why Robin's being so silent because she ain't even telling her truth 1, 2, or 3. But also, it's interesting that Juan isn't going to be here despite the fact that the drama between them actually never came out before the reunion. So Juan, you just didn't want to show up anyway. Is it because of Copenhagen? Okay, I said Copenhagen. They're not in Copenhagen. It's Copen State, I believe. But for those of you guys who do not know me, I am your girl Donna Rizzo of From Rizzo with Love. If you are a Married at First Sight fan, you may have noticed me from Married at First Sight shows where I was a correspondent with Kevin Frazier. I hosted Decision Day Dish. I co-hosted a Look Back special with Nicole Haynes. I was a correspondent for kickoff specials, mid-season specials, and all those things in between. But if you are a reality TV fan, you may have seen me on your socials or on YouTube or TikTok, wherever you are watching this at the moment, because I do recaps for Black scripted TV and reality TV shows like Insecure, Rap Shit, Big Brother, Married at First Sight, Real Housewives of Potomac. I did some for Love is Blind. I can't remember what else I did. But if you are a fan of reality TV and you would like to watch the shows along with me, please join me and stay here as we recap all of these shows. Because guys, this is not like a recap that you see on YouTube normally. This is a live reaction recap, which means I will be watching this show along with you. So I'm not going to miss any little beats. You're not going to see me doing a recap, a post-show recap, where I talk to you about my notes. I go through the list of characters. No. We are literally watching the show together. You're sitting down here next to me, and we are going through scenes and moments and emotions as they appear on television. I want you to feel like you're having a viewing party with me. I want you to see how I felt during scenes so that you can feel seen as having felt those exact same ways or differing in a couple of things or a couple of ways that I'm seeing things. I also will pull out a couple of clips to add here because I do want you guys to know what I'm watching right now. Of course, this is not going to be an hour-long recap like the show was because 1, we don't need commercials. 2, we don't need those little fillers in there. But you will know what I'm talking about because I'll reference them here. And hopefully you are watching this because you have seen the episode, so you will understand my references throughout the show. As always, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay until the end because I will be asking you a question as it pertains to the episode. A lot more Instagram folks are engaged in answering these questions. I asked last week if you would be Andy's one and only because he and Giselle had a little side comment that said that he really wanted to, do the thing with a lady friend, but he didn't have one. So I was just wondering about his DMs. I also asked the question on these, but someone actually brought it up in person Stephanie brought it up in person as to whether it's easier to forgive a friend who has been talking shit about you, Karen, or a husband who has cheated on you. We know what Robin chose, but when I asked my friends, women always, women have one or the other husband because, he was supposed to be the one who's loyal to me as my partner, my friend. because she's been here with me the longest. Like, a friend is like family. And maybe I could take what he said and he did because he ain't been here that long. But she has been here in my life and knows any and everything, right? So people had differing views. A lot of people chose the partner, I think, because not a lot of people would have known. Yes, your husband cheated. Yes, your boyfriend cheated. Yes, your fiance cheated. But how many people really know that? Outside of reality TV, it should just be you, the husband or the partner, and the lady friend. If your friend is talking about you, that means she knows. All the people around you she knows now is knowing what she's saying. You know it. People are now forming their own opinions about you based on what she is saying, again, because they only have one point of view. It's a lot, right? So there's a lot more people here. So people were more likely to forgive the husband, the partner, the fiance. Now, every single man that I asked, it was only 4. Every single man that I have asked, one is married. No, 2 are married. One is in a relationship and one is single. So actually, that's a really good sample size there, Donna. Thank you. Thank you for that. But all of them said it would be easier to forgive a friend. And that to me just reinforces the fact that these can't take a woman cheating. That's like the end of the world for these men, y'all. They cannot take what they dish. And that made me laugh like crazy. But I digress. Y'all, I'm really eager to get into the rest of this, or part 2, because there is a part 3. I don't know if we're going to get the husbands, but I know we're going to dive deeper into Robin, Wendy, Giselle, and Candace. Now, I don't know what the is going on with Karen, but Andy, we need to dive a little deeper. All right, y'all, so without further ado, I'm not going to delay this any longer. So without further ado, y'all, let's get into this Real Housewives of Potomac Season 7 Reunion Part 2. Let's go. Starts now.
It has now become a clear pattern.
I also want to say I love Candace and Wendy. When they got on there and Candace wrote this, because they were laughing during Mia's scene, which is like hilarious, but y'all are wild. But also, every time Wendy was talking, Candace was like, my God. They're ridiculous. And I love them. I can't believe I'm saying that about Candace. I know, y'all. You and me both. Y'all, didn't we see this part already? Y'all running out of to talk? Nah, this is important. Giselle, it is important because if he did something to you physically, that's a different violation than you feeling like he did something to you. How is Mia in this? Look at Wendy laughing. She said, shut up. Mia, how are you in this? Mia said, I don't like to be on the end of the seat, Andy. I'ma talk. Look at me. Hey, I'm talking more than Robin and Karen. Oh, so Deborah is sticking to her story, aka Ashley told her what to say to make her seem like she's sticking to her story. Oh, his words, his mouth didn't align to what he was saying. Eddie, watch out, Eddie.
Unfortunately,
that's
the
valid.
men within this group.
You know what, Wendy? I'm gonna just pause you right there. First of all, great point. Secondly, look at this body, y'all. And I know, coming from a high yellow broad, and especially who just got her hair dyed blonde, this might seem a little crazy. But look at Wendy's skin with that bust down. Is it a bust down? She got a side part. Either way, it's just skin out with long hair and a feather scale thingy. What an angle. This is great. And what she said, because she will not be reduced to her body. But listen, she's right. Why is it that the men can't speak or say anything to these women without them feeling uncomfortable? And just for showing natural, real emotion. What's y'all problem? That's a y'all problem. That's a you problem. That's a you. What is that? And that's a them problem. That's what that is. This happened this season? Oh, that's right.
You said
it's hot. Oh. Robin, that's valid, right? You said peddling your businesses, and then Candace, you just doubled down and said all across America or the globe, whatever you said. Who are the people who have businesses? Robin, Mia, Wendy, and Karen. So who were you referring to?
Everything we do should happen on camera.
Nuh-uh, Rob.
I heard from Candace.
Yo, shut the up, production. They did not circle back. I was just about to say, Robin said everything we do should happen on camera. Look at them. Wow, wait, Jesus, I can't. Robin just said everything we do should happen on camera. Look at me, I'm all out of whack. And then I was just about to say, Robin, take your own advice. But look at this. They petty enough. Who needs me? 2 weeks later. Wow, a threat. Our boss's favorite clapback when we're playing coy about certain aspects of our lives is, you're on a reality show about your life. There's an expectation that doing no harm, we show up to this platform as our authentic selves. And while we reserve the right to be judicious about what we share, there is a special brand of audacity attached to individuals who will knowingly bury the lead in exchange for damning and salacious lies that stand to cause irreparable harm to innocent people.
Betrayed by you.
Does Candace look up to Wendy? No. Candace looks at Wendy as her equal, and I don't want to say it like that because they're like different accomplishments, but Candace looks at Wendy like her friend. Robin, Giselle, Karen, Mia, like, these are the older heads. Look at Giselle mad that they friends. Y'all, Robin gets so mad when there are positive moments from Wendy. And it just... I was wondering what they were going to talk about for Giselle and Karen. Giselle's house looked nice. Candace, don't make these faces when she's talking about her biopsy and her hoo-ha. You know, I was thinking, and this is no shade, but Giselle has been linked to a lot of men. She's had 1 or 2 men every single season since she has been on this show.
All right.
You know what? He said hotel Giselle, and I said, Andy, don't say that. She not coming in and out. But he means her house. I mean, that's not wise if you're going to go into business and never have done anything in that lane before or heard anything in that lane before. But as she said, it is successful. I think they hit 5 million. Who knew? Wait, Karen, why are your legs a whole different color than your face? Okay? That's not even what I was going to say. But let's discuss that. Okay. Anyway, Andy's not being shady. You said it was Wendy Williams. Now you're saying Carol Burnett. It's not Giselle. It's not the Ooh! He said if there was a group called the Robins, what would they be? And Karen said boring. See, Candace, this is your friend. This is your friend. Why are you laughing so hard at that joke? You laughing so hard at that joke because there's some truth to it. Don't do that. You're not supposed to laugh at a joke to me if you're my friend, or about me if you're my friend. Her surgery was supposed to be 3.5 and it wound up being 8.5. What happened? Andy said, nah, we talking about this now. Andy said, sis, you on a reality show. You gonna be real right now. These tears is what's gonna get us ratings. We are talking about this now, Robin. Candace, don't you feel bad? Now listen, I know we talking about Giselle not being open. I would be so upset if Candace was sitting next to me and her dress was taking over my space. Push that dress in. I know we got room next to us, but you only get half of that room. Push your dress in. With people I don't like, I don't like you either. They're so petty. Y'all know that Giselle is Andy's minion. Giselle is the reason y'all show still stays up because she makes and builds the content. She keeps the drama going. She asks the questions that the viewers want to know. Or she'll be like, ooh, Sharice, I heard this. Ooh, Jacqueline, did you sleep with Gordon? Like, Giselle makes some of these episodes. As much as people don't like her, she is doing what people watch these shows for. So yes, she's going to drag you for not talking, or she's going to ask you these questions. That is also a way that she, 1, claims her seat on the couch, but 2, gets the heat off of her. Y'all don't like it? We'll start doing it. Ashley learned. Got it? Yards are so contagious. How would I feel if I was Angel Adore and what's the name? Grace. My mama been linked to a lot of men. She been having sex with a couple men. You know, I guess 2 a year ain't that bad if you know you a single woman, so live your life. But it's just consistent. I don't know. I just wouldn't want to know that about my mom. But it's a reality show, so everyone should know. Do all these men meet the kids? That's a lot. No. Okay. Not your thirst for success. Who wrote this? Oh, sidebar. I will be posting clips that I recently saw from Michael Darby and from Peter and Mia and Winnie that I saw this week. I know my cousin usually sends them to me and I hide them until I'm done watching, but it's juicy, so stay until the end. That scene is still so disgusting to me. I know they like reconciled by the end of the season, but that's still so disgusting, y'all. Oh, that's why she needed H2O, because of the kidney stones, not because she was thirsty. Okay. Yeah, Mia, what's your relationship with Peter? That's what you said. It was his girlfriend. These girls. Now, see, Andy. See, I don't like this because, you know, Andy's doing this actually for the crowd, but He's not doing this with his production, keep my businesses open and alive hat. He's doing this for the people. He's asking the questions that the people want to know, because we have held him to the fire with this before. So I hear you, Andy. But I will say, Andy, you love nothing more than Giselle stirring the pot and bringing some things back in to keep the show going. So when Wendy goes to do that with a Peter moment, and especially with a cast member from another season crossing Housewives franchises, that is like, for your franchise, for Potomac, that's something that you would want as an Andy Cohen producer. Now, that's not something we want as viewers, because it looks like she is merely just trying to stir up some drama just to be dramatic. So Andy, like, I don't know if I need to say pick a side, because I like that you are speaking for us, but you gotta be, you gotta be true to Andy Cohen, the producer, too. Come on, Candace, have your friends back. That's right.
Don't let this fool you.
That was fucked up.
All right, well, do you...
How she fucked Peter? Wendy, I hope you sue this woman for defamation of character, because you didn't sue her for assault. Let's be very clear again, my reality TV friends. Assault does not mean you got physical contact. You attempted to assault me, and there's no attempted assault. There is an assault charge. You can get an assault charge if you tried to assault someone and you weren't effective at it. That is still assault. If you stand up to try to whoop someone's ass in front of you, but someone has to come in and block you, that is still a fucking assault. If you throw a drink on someone, if you throw a purse on someone, and you are ineffective at doing so, that is still a fucking assault. You gotta stop with these lies. You know what, Auntie? I appreciate this. Look at Robin, already upset. Y'all heard Robin was like, fight her when the cameras go away. I mean, I'm not mad at that, but don't say that with the cameras rolling. Wendy is absolutely right.
Even dumbass Mia right now in the face, I would say, hold up, this is messed up.
I can't.
The only person in which you
All right, sorry.
spoke to.
That's the problem. That's the problem. Robin, it's not what you said, because you seem to clean it up right here. But the issue is the fact that you are speaking to the victim and telling the victim to relax and calm down. And you're not talking to the fucking person who antagonized her in the beginning with a physical object and assaulted her twice. That's the problem. So you and I were not friends. So I could say mean things to you. See, this is that, what is that? They call the bystander effect, where everyone thinks that everyone else should be calling the cops, and so no one winds up calling the cops. That's literally what Robin is explaining right here. Oh, I wasn't your friend, but Karen should have said something. She should have said something. I didn't need to say it. No, if something is wrong and you realize something is wrong in that moment, whether you with the person or not, it is your job as a human being and a compassionate person witnessing someone who just got physically assaulted to stand up and to tell the abuser, the assaulter, no, you shouldn't be doing this. Not getting in on the person who you don't with. If you don't with that person and you don't feel like you should be saying anything to the abuser, then you really shouldn't be saying nothing to the victim. This getting me tight, y'all. Look at the deflection. Yes, Robin, why are you playing dumb right now? This is gaslighting. She's right. Everybody came for Monique and nobody was coming for Mia. I understand Ashley's stance here. Let's not also, forget the elephant in the room. But okay. Yeah, Giselle. Come on, Andy. Why do these women keep saying I don't like her as that being a justification for you being wrong and hypocritical? That's not an answer, y'all. Right is right and wrong is wrong.
Actually, just who I am, I'm a strong person.
You about to cry?
Drew was
100%. Yes,
and
Wendy.
The only reason I came to your room.
Jacqueline's coming. Jacqueline, we know you. And she wants to try me. Girl, stop.
We've touched on colorism at previous
Colorism.
This season we
Come on, Andy. Come, producers done told Andy to talk about colorism. You know what's crazy? It's like I'm forgetting moments, but I feel like this season has been so long. I'm forgetting what happened when and like which season. But yes, the colorism stuff came up because remember, people went in on Monique, but for some reason they did not go in on Mia. And I know stuff.
In the Black community, but the best way to approach the topic, we considered bringing in a moderator for this segment. But we started with our producer.
I like this, Andy.
Each of you.
Interesting. Candace doesn't think that there is colorism and that these women are colorists, but she wants to have this conversation, okay? First of all, I love that Andy moment. I love that. Whoever guided Andy through that, I thank you for doing that. Thank you, Candace, for bringing that out. I think it's very important that people understand what the word is and what the thing is that they're talking about. Before she even said this, as a light-skinned woman, I can tell you 100% colorism exists, okay? I'm gonna just say that and watch the rest of the show.
We all...
Because I have some privilege from it, okay? Hold on, I'm confused. Candace, you just said colorism doesn't exist. So why are you giving examples of colorism? Not received the same way in the group or by the audience? Because you just said the group's not colorist. Help me.
The audience,
the viewers,
who watches our show.
Candace, you're not explaining it. You got to take the emotional part out and talk about the aggressive part, because emotional can sometimes be viewed as a positive thing. That's just a thing. If you talk about me and Robin doing and saying the same things and getting physical and being like in people's faces like that, but only I am being seen as the aggressor, that is, you know, something that could be viewed as colorism. Okay. Ingrained in us. Karen, that's right. All right, this conversation is not over, but what I will say is we got to be very clear with how we're saying this. And I think Wendy did an excellent job last season. I think it was the last reunion where she brought it up. All the women said, I agree that colorism is real and colorism exists. And Wendy said, how can you say that you agree that it's a real thing and it exists in our community, but somehow it's void in this group? That, for me, was the most poignant thing. I don't think that everyone is articulating, you know, things well. And I will say, and this is not to diminish anyone's feelings, because I do think, you know, if one person says something and another person says it, somebody might be viewed differently by the audience. Okay, I will say, two things I'm gonna say. Let's not use colorism as an excuse for us being an asshole. Okay? Candace, you have had a history of being an asshole. We're just gonna call it, you know, a spade a spade. You have been an asshole. You have not been a small, brown-skinned woman asshole. You have just been an asshole with a period at the end. The end. If Robin ever acted, said, carried herself in the way in which you did, she too would be seen as an asshole. And you know how I know that? Because Mia is just a stone's throw away, okay? And that woman is a light skinned woman. Now, Candace, please do not use that as an excuse for why the public is viewing you as an asshole. And you know what? I say this, and I'm going to say this right now. It's like, you can't cancel me because it's like 200 people. But like, this is what I'm saying is like, if a black person is playing music really loud outside somebody's window and there's a woman inside and her baby is trying to sleep and the baby can't sleep, and she happens to be white, and she comes out and asks you to turn the music down, the first thing we're going to say is, that's racist. Now that just diminishes real racist moments, because no, that's not racist. Your music is loud and she needs you to turn it down. Now I will say you can't go doing that in communities that already had things that way. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm giving you an example of moments that should not use isms as an excuse for fuck shit. Because then it diminishes what's actually happening in our community. And then now we can't identify what really is racism. And when we say it, it's like the little boy who cried wolf. So I don't want us to do this right here and right now. Candace, you were just simply being an asshole. Mia too was being an asshole this season. And this is irregardless of what their color is. Now, what I will say though is, were there moments in Mia's life where she has experienced so much privilege as a light-skinned woman that she has gotten away with so much, and things haven't been viewed, or she hasn't been viewed in the same way that other brown-skinned women have been viewed, where she came into this group, or maybe it has built her character where she thinks that she can say and do whatever it is she wants and get away with it because of her past privileges, right? She may not be like, I'm a light-skinned woman, I can do this, but based on her past and her getting away with things, she's not realizing she's getting away with things, or things are being laughed at, or just, oh, that's cute, because she's a light-skinned woman. But that has impacted who she is today. And maybe the reasons why she thinks she can say and do certain things because you've gotten away with it before because of your light skin or your pretty privilege, right? And also, let's talk about how we associate light skin with pretty when there be some ugly ass girls. Anyway, whatever. And just really quickly, let me tell you why I do know that. Now, I think I think because I'm a light-skinned woman, sometimes I am oblivious to that. So I don't necessarily know I can say that I have witnessed that, right? Because how would I know that, oh, I'm acting this way because of how people have treated me? But I will say, I got a black mama, and I have friends who have white mama. And I know that there is a fear and a happy to be here and don't ruffle a feather way that my mama will act in a similar space that my friend's mama will act. Actually, in the same space with my friend's mom, and they will have very different reactions. And it is because of the way she has been treated as a black woman versus how she has been treated as a white woman. She knows that as a black woman, she can't say and do and demand certain things. But this white woman knows, oh, the world is here to cater to me. I am number 2 on the rung. So I demand, and people will give me more respect than they give you. Something as small as, I want lukewarm water. Give me room temperature water. My black mama would ask for that. Do you know she would be looked at as difficult? You know what? Let's keep going. Because I could give examples for days. Keep going. Walking in the street, we always move over. Oh, there goes a person. White folks. The ants go marching one by one. Okay, let's go. And I will also say, and I think I've mentioned this before, and I have told the story to some folks, a very few, but I know for 100% fact that there are some individuals on this cast who have made comments about how dark-skinned and light-skinned women act. The fact that I know that lets me know that people are associating color with actions. And if you associate color with actions, ma'am, that's colorism. So y'all can miss me with this shit, okay? I'm not done with this scene, but don't with me. We all have work to do, and I appreciate that. I also appreciate the fact that Wendy is sitting back. Too often times, and y'all know this, whoever works in corporate America, whenever we have these diversity trainings, or whenever we have these like in-person, you're reading examples or role plays, or the instructor asks if you've ever had this or you've ever seen this, it's always the minorities talking. If it's something about sexism, it's always the women speaking up. If it's something about racism, it's always the black people or the brown people speaking up. I really love that Wendy is so self-aware of this, and she is sitting back and watching and listening. I appreciate this conversation, or that conversation. Wendy, I feel like you're not done and you weren't able to speak up more. I hope you don't regret this scene and not saying more. I know you didn't want to lead this because I think other people are looking for you to lead this. So maybe you didn't regret it. Maybe it speaks volumes what was not said. Look at Mia looking at Jacqueline. Did they tell her she was here? Jacqueline, what's this little cape number you got right here? Also interesting that they had the other person wear blue as well. Okay.
Is this the first time you've seen
Look at Mia's face. You know what? It's right that they fucking brought her on because y'all spent way too many episodes on this friend of. Look at the ladies.
We wish that.
This sounds like a little bit of a Mia apology. Jacqueline said, hold up, because I see you trying to apologize to me, but I came here with receipts. So you're not going to be the nice woman before I go in on you. Yeah, that is a problem. Ooh, I love a group chat. Here we go. I was just inquiring earlier, what is Jacqueline planning? Who knows? She needs to be planning what's for dinner with her food stamps card and unemployment check. Now that she got fired and back living at home with her mama, while her house being sent in foreclosure, priorities all backwards. Haha, I'm so mean. Yes to the receipts. So hold up, Mia knew that Jacqueline might come with some or she knew that the other ladies would come with some she prepared? Or was it specifically for Jacqueline? They told her Jacqueline was coming? Somebody tell. All right, this episode made up for part one. Even though part one, after I watched it over my review over again, I said, okay, but this one was way better. Y'all don't really appreciate this. What is my question? My question for this episode is going to be a little bit more of a deeper one. Do you guys think that colorism exists in this group? And if so, how and with whom? Who with who? I don't know. This is a confession. Hold my hand. I'm holding on to my tripod. I don't know when to use whom. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for this Season 7 of the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion part 2. I will see you guys next week for the final part. I think it's the final part, part 3, with, I'm assuming the husbands will be coming out, and we'll be closing out this chapter with Jacqueline and Charisse. Interesting. Then we got Jacqueline, Charisse, and the husbands, all in part 3. Stay tuned, guys. And as always, please remember that everything that I have said has been from Rizzo with love. Bye, guys.
Mia is going at it with Wendy. And, brother, this is kind of your fault. Because I taped with y'all for 5 minutes promoting Bar in Baltimore and Bar in Miami Beach. And you turned that 5 minutes into 9 episodes. And now my name is thrown around on the reunion show when in real life, I don't mess with none of those women. Okay? Giselle, Robin, cool people. The rest of them, Wendy, I shot with her one time, 5 minutes. Didn't go out to dinner with her. I didn't have no late night snack with her. She's a married woman. She's very respectful, very honorable. Okay, so for Mia, for you to be talking about me and Wendy getting together is so disrespectful. And it's so thirsty. It's real thirsty for you to do that just to collect that check from Bravo. There's nothing cool about that. Okay? And you can't just use my name like that, because if you use my name like that, I'm going to have my lawyer get in touch with you guys, and it's going to be really ugly. Okay? Because I do not know any of those women. I never see them outside of my establishment. Okay? And y'all just can't recklessly just throw people's name out there like that, because it actually hurt my business. And that's irresponsible.
You know, it's interesting to me that who I thought was my friend, Peter Thomas, can say things like, he doesn't know us like that. I wonder if he didn't know us like that the times when he'd been at our house, eating our food, playing card games, and associating with other people, family members and friends of ours. I guess he didn't know us like that when he held our baby girl and was the first man other than myself to hold our baby girl. I guess he didn't know us like that when he's gone on boat rides with us. I guess he didn't know us like that all the times that we spent at his restaurant supporting his business. And certainly I guess he didn't know us like that when he wanted to borrow $60,000 to pay his bills at Bar 1. So I don't know why Peter says he don't know us like that. Maybe that's his definition of not knowing us like that. Not knowing us like that when he's attended our kids' parties. So I guess if that means not knowing someone, then I guess that's what Peter's meaning is. And furthermore, to say this has hurt his business, just a few days ago, I personally spoke to Peter, and he said the publicity is actually helping his business. And furthermore, the allegations that he's referencing only came out a couple of days ago, so how could it have hurt his business that quickly? Peter, I guess we don't know you like that.